Hello everyone. In the last video, we have seen the introduction of coordinates and also we have solved exercise set 1.1. So in this video, we are going to solve exercise set 1.2. Let's start with the video. See over here, the first question is place Rayon's rectangular study table with the three of its feet at the points. So they have given the three points of the table feet. So we are going to point over there, and the question is where will be the fourth foot of the table, and what shape of this table? It's nothing but rectangular. So first we'll mark the points. 8 comma 9 is the first point. So 8 you have to see on the x-axis over here, and 9 we need to see on the y-axis. So both are meeting at this point. So over here it is 8 comma 9. And what is the next point? 11 comma 9. So over here the 11 x-axis it's starting, so I can measure over here as 11 comma 9. This coordinate is, yeah, the next coordinate is 11 comma 7. So 11 is here and 7 can be, yeah, this point. So we can mark like this, 11 comma 7. So it's 11. Yeah, so now the question is where will be the fourth foot of the table? So how can I mark the table? So can we draw a line over here by joining all these things? Yes. Yes. So since they have given the shape of the table, it is rectangle. So obviously it is going to have the fourth point over here. So we need to give the coordinate of that fourth point. So what is the coordinate of that fourth point? It is coming from the value 8 from the x-axis. Yeah, 8. And from y-axis it is 7, right? So we have made the table where it is. We just mark the table on our graph. And the second question is this a good spot for the table? So we'll check, is there any disturbance over there in the room? No. Yeah, this is a good spot. It is not near to the door or near to the wardrobe or nothing. So it is not making any disturbances in the room. So yeah, this is the good spot for the table, I can say. And now the question is, what is the width of the table and the length? And one more question, can you make out the height of the table? Okay, first we'll see what is the width of the table. So can I consider this as length and this as breadth, right? So breadth is nothing but width. So over here we are going to find how much width it is. By seeing only we can say it is 2 units, right? But actually how can I calculate this? So for measuring 8 comma 9, and between 8 comma 9 and 8 comma 7, so we are going to compare the y value. So what is the difference between y value? It is 2, so it's nothing but 2 units. So what about the width? It is 2 units. And what about the length? So we are going to compare these two coordinates. So 8 comma 7 and 7 and 11 comma 7. Okay, so now we are going to compare the x value. What is the difference between these two? It is 3 units. So what is the width of the table? It is 2 units. What is the length of the table? It is 3 units. And the third question is what? Can you make out the height of the table? This is what the question. Actually, this is a 2D plane. Over here, they are asking about height. Height can be calculated only in the 3 dimension. But here we don't have the third dimension. So it's not possible to make out the height of the table. So this is our first question. Let's see the second question. If the bathroom door has a hinge at B1 and opens into the bedroom, will it hit the wardrobe? Are there any changes you would suggest if the door is made wider? Okay, it's fine. So what they are talking, at B1 we have a hinge for the bathroom door, and B1, B2 is the door. So if you open it, like in a circular way it will go, right? If you open it, will it hit the wardrobe? This is what our question. But here I made a diagram, but still we need to do with the numbers, right? So first we'll see what is the width of the bathroom door and what is the distance from this bathroom door to the wardrobe. Okay, first we'll calculate the distance from the door to the wardrobe. So on the horizontal axis, so 1, 2, 3. So totally here 3 units of distance is there. And what is the width of the bathroom door? We'll calculate. So over here it is 0.5. This is 1 unit, 2 unit. So what is the width of the door? It is 2.5. So when you are moving the door, opening the door towards the bedroom, it will come till over here, because over here the radius is 2.5, right? So what we can write for this? even though the wardrobe is there, this bathroom door is not going to hit because there is a difference of 0.5. And one more question they have asked, are there any changes you would suggest if the door is made wider? Okay, maybe in future they are making the door wider. So is there any changes you can suggest, like that they are asking? So we can do two suggestions. What is the first one? Maybe if the door become three units, then it will hit the wardrobe, right? So at that time we can move the wardrobe towards the right. And one more suggestion what we can give, instead of opening the door, bathroom door towards the bedroom, we can open the door towards the bathroom. That means this side we can open it. So that is one more suggestion. So this is what you can give the answer for this question. We'll see the next question. Look at Rayan's bathroom. What are the coordinates of four corners O, F, R, and P of the bathroom? First, we'll do that one. So, what is O? O is nothing but origin, which is 0, 0. It is already there. And what about F? Over here, the point F lies on y-axis, so our x is going to be 0, right? So can we mention over here it is x value as 0, and what about the y value over here? It is 9. So 0, 9 is the coordinate for the point F. And we'll see the coordinate for the point R. So what is our x? It's going to be 6 minus 6, and on y-axis it is 9. So minus 6 comma 9. And the coordinate at a point P, it's going to be minus 6, and it is lying on x-axis, so the y value is going to be 0. So it is minus 6 comma 0. Now coming back to the second question, what is the shape of the showering area, which is given as SHWR? This is the vertices of the showering area in Rayan's bathroom. Write the coordinates of the four corners. So this is what SH. So we'll first write the coordinate, then we'll say the shape. So what is this coordinate? From X it's going to be minus 6, and from Y it is plus 6. So minus 6 comma plus 6. It's the point coordinate for the point S. And for H it is coming as minus 3, and from here it is coming as 6. And the point W coordinates are from X, it's going to come from 2, minus 2, and from Y it is coming from 9. So minus 2 comma 9. Okay. And what is the one more thing? What shape is this? It's nothing but the trapezium shape, right? Because these two are parallel line, these two are non-parallel line, so obviously it's a trapezium. And the next question over here is, mark of 3 feet into 2 feet space for the wash basin. First we'll mark this one. So here the length is 3 feet and the width is going to be 2 feet. First we'll calculate the length. So 1, 2, 3. So till this it's going to come the length. And what about the width? Width it is of 2 feet. So 1, 2. So yeah. So 1, 2, and the width is over here 3, and here also you can join. So this is what we have marked for the wash basin space. And now the next thing is what? 2 feet into 3 feet space for the toilet. So we are going to mark this. Over here 2 feet is for length and 3 feet is for width. So we'll mark it. So I can mark yeah, here 1, 2, 3, and here 1, 2. Yeah, so we can join 1, 2, the width. And what about the length? It's going to be 3 feet, right? So it's going to be not length, breadth is going to be 3 feet, length is going to be 2 feet, because it is 2 cross 3, right? So the length is 2 feet and the width is going to be 3 feet. So this is what the place for the toilet. So now the next question what they have asked, write the coordinates of the corners of these spaces. So we need to write the coordinates for all these four corners. So can we write that? First for that we need to give some vertices, then we will write the coordinates. Already here P also there, R also there, so I'm going to mark the vertices as K, and here L, over here M. Since both are joining at the same point, one is enough. And over here N, do we have N already? Just check. No, it's not there, so I can make over here as En. And K, L, M, N. O we can't keep, P also we cannot keep, so over here what we can keep, so I can make it as C. because C nowhere it is there. No, C already there over here. So we can't keep C. So I can take IJ, this as I and this point as J. Okay, so now we are going to write the coordinates. So first coordinate we know for wash basin, first we will write wash basin corners are P, K, L and M. So for P, what is the coordinate? It is minus 6 comma 0. And what about K? What is the coordinate for K? Over here it is minus 3. Since it is on the x-axis, minus 3 comma 0. And for L, so L is also minus 3 comma plus 2. That means y on y-axis it is of 2, right? So plus 2. And what about M? M is going to be minus 6 comma plus 2. Okay, yes. So these are the corners of the wash basin area. So now we will write the corners of the toilet area. So first we will mark the vertices. One is M. We'll write the vertices which we marked already. M, N, sorry, M, N and I, then J. J. Okay. So what is the coordinate of M? Yes. So we can write this as minus 6 comma 2, which we already written over here, right? So M is what? Minus 6 comma 2. And the next one is N. One second. So N value is minus 4 comma 2. Okay, so this is minus 4. Yeah. So now I is going to be, so I coordinate is minus 4 comma 5 is there, right? Yeah, it's 5. On y-axis, it is at the point 5. And what about J? That means J coordinate is over here. So it is minus 6 and 5. So these are the coordinates of the bathroom area. So it is minus 6 comma 5. Yes, so this is how we can solve the question. So we have solved all the question given in the main question 3. So we'll see the next question. Yes. So other rooms in the house. So okay, we are going to include one more room. So what is the first subdivision of this question? Rayan's room door leads from the dining room, which has length 18 feet and width 15 feet. So in a graph sheet, you have to mark the length of 18 and the width of 15. That is what I have given in this diagram. So what is our length? Length is nothing but this, right? So over here it is plus 12 and this side it is going to be till 6 I made. So 12 plus 6 is going to be 18 feet and the width is 15. So width is nothing but this area. So it is of 15 feet. So I have marked 15 units over there. Now coming back to this, the length of the dining room. And one more thing what they have mentioned, Rayan's room door leads from the dining room. So this is the dining room. From the dining room, he is entering to the bedroom through this door. Okay, and the length of the dining room extends from point P to point A. So the length of the dining, this is our point P and this is our point A. So they itself given our length is going to be start from P to A. And sketch the dining room and mark the coordinates of its corners. So what is the meaning? So we are going to make this 4 coordinates. So over here one coordinate is there already. So which is A, 12 comma 0. And over here this is the coordinate P. What is the coordinate? It is minus 6 comma 0. And over here it is V, which is minus 6 comma minus 15. And over here this is given as U, which is plus 12 comma minus 15. That part is over. Now one more question they have asked. Place a rectangular 5 feet 3 feet dining table. Okay, 5 feet cross 3 feet dining table precisely in the center of the dining room. Write down the coordinates of the feet of the table. Okay, so here you have to consider one unit as 1 feet. That is one more thing. And what they are saying, exactly at the middle of the dining area, I have to keep this dining table. So how first we will find the center of this dining area, center point. Then we'll find the table where we can keep. Okay. For this, I am going to take two coordinates, that means P, which is minus 6, comma 0, and the another coordinate which is A, 12, comma 0. So for this, from this I can compare the x value and find the midpoint of x value, right? So minus 6, what is the midpoint of x over here? Minus 6 plus 12, it's going to be 6 by 2, which is 3. So this is the midpoint of x value. So actually midpoint is nothing but x comma y, right? We need two values. In that, the x value we got it as 3, and the next one, y value, we need to know. So I am going to take this vertical coordinates. So what are the vertical coordinates? P minus 6 comma 0, and over here v minus 6 comma minus 15. So I'm going to compare the y point. So we'll find the midpoint of this y point. So it is minus 15. 0 plus minus 15 is minus 15. By 2, you will be getting minus 7.5. So in this dining area, what is the exact middle point? It's going to be 3 and minus 7.5. This is the exactly center coordinate, center point of this dining area. First, we'll mark that one. So in light color, I'll mark, because from that as a center point, even the dining room is also having the same center point. Even the table also need to have the same center point. Then only the table can be arranged in a center of the dining room, right? So first we will mark this center point, 3 comma minus 7.5. So 3 is over here and 7.5 is over here. Okay, yeah. So this is our center point. So now our table is what actually? See over here, like this, our table. So we have marked the center point like this. So what is actually the width of the table? 5 feet is a length and 3 feet is the width. So width has to be divided into two parts, right? So width can, this is what, 3, and this one is 3 feet, and this is the length, this is 5 feet. So what I'm going to do, from this center point I will be going up 1.5 and coming down 1.5. That means 1.5 1.5, it will be of 3 feet width, and then 5 feet length is there, right? So from this center point, 5 feet again you divide into 2, so you will be getting 2.5 this side towards your right and 2.5 towards your left. So this is how we are going to mark the table. Yes, now first we'll mark the width. So what is the width over here? From the center point up 1.5, right? That means we need to sum up 1.5. So we can, that means subtract 1.5. When I want to go up, I need to subtract. When I want to come down, I need to add. So over here, this is 1 point. From here, this is 0.5 and this is 1. Okay, so this point it is coming. And over here, 0.5 and 1. So totally we got 3 as a width. Now the same point we will mark what? The length also. So from the center point we'll take 2.5 feet. So how can we take over here? So this is 3, and if I mark over here, it's 1, 2, 2.5, right? Same, 1, 2, 2.5. Yeah, so same, you just go with the same thing. Yeah, here I can mark, and over here I can mark 1.5, and here one, this is with marking, and here 1.5. Yes, so we located where the four corners of the table. From this plus only we have located, right? So yes, now we can join it. Just join the dots. So we located now the table properly at the center of the dining space. But still we need to mark the points of the four corners of the table, right? So the coordinates we need to write. So we'll start writing the coordinates. So first I'll mark the vertices. So we can mark the vertices as T1, T2, T3. That means the corners T3, and over here T4. Okay. Yeah, so now we'll write the coordinates for T1. So what is actually T1 over here? T1 point. T1 point is going to be 0.5. So it's not writing properly, 1 second. So T coordinate is actually over here 0.5 comma minus 9, right? And what about T2? So what is our X? It's going to be 5.5, right? So 5.5 comma, what about our y? It is minus 9. Yeah. Then T3. So what about our x? X is same 5.5. And what about our y? It's minus 6. And T4 I'll write here. T4, that is also going to be 0.5 is on x-axis. And what about the y-axis, which is minus 6? So we located the dining table at the center of the room, and also we marked the vertices of the dining table, and we wrote the coordinates of the dining table. So here this problem is going to get over. So hope you are understanding. Thank you.